And now, before the address by the Director UGC HRDC, Dr. G.K. Vishwanath sir, it's my pleasure to introduce sir. Dr. G.K. Vishwanath sir is a professor of civil engineering, and sir has vast experience in academics, research, consultancy, administration, and examinations. And sir held various positions such as the head of civil engineering, director of evaluation, director academic and planning, OSD to vice chancellor, and presently the director UGC HRDC. And now I request Dr. G.K. Vishwanath sir to present an introduction about the Faculty Induction Program 3 and to address the participants.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, participants. Respected chief guest of today's inaugural function, Professor A. Govardhan, Honorable Rector of our university. Respected guest of honor, Dr. M. Manjur Hussain, respected registrar of our university. Our Deputy Director, Dr. Naga Sujata, coordinator of the short-term course on soft skills and professional ethics, Dr. Parvati, Professor of English in our college. Special attendee for the program, Dr. Vishnu Mahesh from NAC Bengaluru. Technical officer, Madam Uma, and technical team represented by Mr. Viru from Ibungu, Madam Aruna, our technical support member. Participants from various institutions who are attending faculty induction program, as well as the short-term course on soft skills and professional ethics, and the resource persons who are very important, we have accepted and given their consent for taking up the sessions for both these programs from various institutions and organizations, and support staff of our HRDC, and dear participants. Good morning to you all. On behalf of UGC HRDC, I extend a warm welcome to our Chief Guest of Honor to this inaugural session, and my sincere thanks to both the guests for having accepted our invitation. On behalf of UGC HRDC, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants of the Faculty Induction Program 3, organized by our HRDC, and the short-term course on soft skills. For both the courses, put together, we have total 105 participants, and these 105 participants are across 12 states of the country, and they are very enthusiastic to attend this program. They registered for this program, and they submitted and uploaded all the required documents. We from HRDC are privileged to have all of you for these courses. We try to keep you as comfortable as possible from our side and without any compromise on the quality of these programs. Since many participants are there in several states across India, I would like to mention a few words about our university. Our university is the Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, which is bifurcated from the parent university, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, which was established in the year 1972 by a state legislature act. So presently, our JNTU Hyderabad, its jurisdiction spans over the entire state of Telangana. We have 4 constituent colleges and 3 academic units and 270 self-financing affiliated colleges. Our university mainly offers the programs related to engineering, science, technology, and management. We offer BTech, MTech, BPharm, MPharm, and then MCA, MBA, MSc programs, and PhD programs also. We have memorandum of understanding with many national and international organizations. And our university is accredited with A grade by NAC during the year 2017. And our university is ranked 57th in the engineering stream of NIRF rankings 2020. Majority of our UGN programs of university have been accredited by NBA, and most of the institutions are having UGC autonomous status and NAC accreditation for about 19 affiliated colleges, and NBA accreditation to about 37 affiliated colleges. So this is a brief about our university. our UGC HRDC is an integral unit of our university. This was established during the year 2001. The main objective of establishing this UGC HRDC is to orientation programs, refresher courses, short-term courses, faculty development programs, etc. To all the teachers across the country with the support from the UGC. So this HRDC is unique in its feature as it offers the programs to the teachers from professional institutions mostly, apart from the conventional courses also. We organized several programs and trained about 11,000 teacher participants till now since the inception of this HRDC. During this academic year alone, our HRDC has organized 20 online courses, as you know very well. Because of this COVID pandemic, we were forced to go for conducting the online programs, and we have conducted 20 online programs as of now, trained more than 3,000 teaching faculty from various colleges all over the country. In fact, we were in a doubt how to conduct the online programs since all our programs are on face-to-face mode earlier to this pandemic. So due to this COVID, we switched to online mode and successfully conducted 20 programs as of now, and these 21st and 22nd online programs that we are conducting at present. And all this is possible only because we have very strong support from our university officials, Honorable Rector, Honorable VC, Honorable Registrar, and continuous and constant encouragement for conducting several parallel online programs by our HRDC. So on this platform, I would like to thank our university officials for their encouragement and support to conduct several programs. So apart from the programs which we conduct, which are sanctioned by the UGC, from HRDC side, we conduct several programs like faculty development programs with the funding from AICT also to the faculty of affiliated engineering colleges of our university. So today we have two programs. One is the faculty induction program 3 and the other is a short-term course. Faculty induction program 3, as I've been mentioning, two programs have already been completed. And last Thursday, we have concluded the second FIP with 44 participants. And today we have started this third faculty induction program. About this FIP, to brief, we know the cornerstone of any education system are the teachers. So quality of education is determined and dependent on the quality of its teachers. In higher education, faculty development is central to the issues of quality, also for the excellence. In order to ensure continuous flow of talented and qualified teachers, also to meet the expanding needs of our higher education, we need dedicated personnel to pursue teaching as their career. We, the teachers, are proud to be in this noble profession. If we look back, our higher education system, it is expanded at a very fast pace by adding nearly about 20,000 colleges and more than 8 million students in the past decade. As of 2020, we have more than 1,000 universities, like 50 central universities, 400 plus state universities, 125 deemed universities, and 334 private universities, 155 institutes of national importance like IITs, IIMs, AIMs, and then IIITs, NITs, IISERs, all these are coming to about 155. And other institutions like we have colleges, affiliated colleges, autonomous colleges, constituent colleges. Their number is roughly about 53,000, maybe in government or maybe in private or in standalone institution or postgraduate research institutions, which are functioning under the umbrella of their respective universities. So by having more colleges, no doubt we have achieved the access to the education. And now it is a time to concentrate on the quality of education. A student who gets admitted to an institution or college or university, getting a degree after his coursework completion and completing the examination is one aspect. Coming out as a knowledgeable graduate is another important aspect. So we are not the machines to produce only a graduate with a certificate. So we need to do something like the student who is coming out should be a knowledgeable graduate who is coming out of the university. So UGC, AICT, all are working in the same direction. And higher education system, if you look at it, it will not only focus on the domain knowledge of the faculty, but also it focuses on the teaching learning process, pedagogy and pedagogical content, and various tools which are very well required to increase the quality of learning experience of the students in different educational programs. So it has become mandatory for a newly recruited faculty member to undergo this faculty induction program after their appointment in any of the higher education institutions. In fact, UGC has mandated that within first stipulated period of time, every faculty member must undergo the orientation program. Presently, it is renamed as faculty induction program. In fact, it has a very critical role to play in promoting the academic excellence and innovation. Based on the past experience and the feedback that we get from the teachers, we strongly believe that the orientation programs and the faculty induction programs will be highly useful and helpful to the teachers who are taking this teaching profession for their career. The main objective of this induction program is to sensitize and motivate the faculty to adopt the learner-centric approaches and making use of the information and communication technology as a good teaching learning tool for the pedagogy, and various assessment tools also which are available in the higher education. So this induction program will include the teaching and the research methodologies, flipped classrooms, collaborative learning, case studies, and usage of ICT, curriculum structure and design, sensitization to the gender and social diversity, professional ethics, sharing of best practices, also updating the developments in the field of study. All these things will be taken up in this 5-week faculty induction program. So this will include 4 possible types of development overall for a teacher participant who is coming for this program: on the personal front, on the instructional front, on the organizational side, and also on the professional side. We try to see that the faculty member is fully developed in all 4 quadrants. Like on the personal front, we deal with the interpersonal skills, career development, life planning issues, etc. Also on the instructional side, the design course and to have the curriculum development, also to improve the instructional technology to interact with the students. Similarly, on the organizational front, the ways to improve the institutional environment to better support for the teaching. Also on the professional front, the ways to support the faculty member so that they fulfill their multiple roles of teaching, research, family life, service, everything on the side. So this is totally a 30 working day program. It's a 5-week program. So during this period, we have the lecture sessions, we'll have the assignments, we'll conduct the tests, and there will be some group discussion, group activity will be there. There will be presentation by the participants also, and project preparation and submission will be there, and seminar presentations on certain specific topics will be given, and personality development like yoga sessions will be there, and the lecture sessions on the human values, ethics, and understanding the academic and administrative structures of the institutions. These things will be discussed in this 5-week program. The participants need not have to feel that it is a very long period of 5 weeks. I'm sure that these 5 weeks completed so soon in 30 working days, and you realize on the last day that this has gone very fast. Initially, for 1 or 2 days, probably feel strained because it's something like no online activity that you are doing. So your login time and you need to be on the system or on your laptop for longer duration, followed by you need to participate in the discussions, and towards the end of the day there will be assignment, and each assignment you have to work out and upload within a stipulated period. So you may feel a little tedious program for the first day or second day at the most, but from the third day onwards, I'm sure you will get completely involved and develop a lot of interest. The second program today we are starting also is a very important program, like soft skill and professional ethics. This is a 1-week short-term course which is designed particularly by Madam Parvati from the English department to all the teachers of the higher educational institutions. So when speaking of soft skills, it does not mean merely meaning of one thing. Very broadly, speaking about the soft skill means the social manner which an individual has and how he is able to think as well as process the new information which is given to him, and how effectively he is able to communicate with others, and the skills of language and skill of communication and everything. In fact, the leadership qualities also. Madam has nicely designed this course with one session on role of teacher. So it's very interesting to note that what is the role of a teacher. Maybe role of a teacher, we all know that we go to the classroom, teach to the student and conduct the examination, evaluate the examination, give the marks and come back. No, it is not. It's something more. So she is going to take up that about the role of a teacher. And I'm sure the participants who are undergoing these soft skills and professional ethics program, they definitely will come out with wonderful soft skills, like the lot of importance is there for the soft skill for the teacher. Like they help to make their class more interesting. They can definitely make the class more and more interesting, and they can become a role model for their student. They can interact better with the student if they have good soft skills. Also, it will enable them to become good leaders also among the teacher community and the student community, and that the students become more and more approachable to the teacher. This is another important thing, and this will allow to be sensitive to the needs of the students. Otherwise, we may be a little rough. Understand? So this is a soft skills and professional ethics program also has been nicely designed by Madam Parvati. I'm sure that all the participants will enjoy these sessions of faculty induction as well as the soft skills programs. Since we have the two programs starting on the same day, we have kept a common inaugural session. And please note that all the participants' attendance is very, very mandatory thing, and that means that will be judged through your login time. So when you are logged in, when you are logged out, when you are re-logged in, so what is the total number of minutes in a day that you are there, that will be calculated over software. Second important thing is that every day there will be assignment, and you need to submit the assignment. This is also very mandatory within the stipulated period, and submission of assignment also will be through an online upload only. Okay, so these programs are really very effective, provided you, the participants, attend this program with enthusiasm and interest. I hope all of you will definitely enjoy these sessions, and also I request all of you to utilize this time and take this opportunity to attend to the expert lecture sessions, and then to interact with the resource persons, because these are all the live sessions. The resource persons will be directly available to you. They are not the recorded lectures which are provided to you. Live sessions will be there. So try to get the maximum benefit of it with continuous interaction using the chat box, or you will be unmuted by our technical support team, and you'll be able to directly interact and speak with the resource person. Try to get the maximum benefit out of these sessions. I wish you all a success, and a special thanks to our today's chief guest, Professor Govardhan Garu, Rector of our university, and our guest of honor, Professor Manjuru Sen Garu, Honorable Registrar of our university, for gracing this occasion. Sir, we look forward to listening to you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable information about the Faculty Induction Program 3. And thank you for your valuable address, sir.